the Latinos Out Loud podcast. Latinos. Yeah, that's what this is. Latinos Out Loud.
Yo, barbershop, yo, cut my pelo. What's up, LOLeros? It's your girl, Rachel La Loca. This is Loca on Location. Guess where I am? That's right, 305 MIA. Take it to the house, okay? I'm in Miami, baby, and it feels so good to be back here. It's like nostalgic. I used to come out here so much for work, for play, for beach, for wet willies, for all of it. Shout out to all the Latinos that used to come out here for Memorial Day weekend. Lots of memories here, Memorial Day weekend. And some of it was really foggy. Thank you, wet willies. This is so nice to be out here. I hit up the beach, and while I'm out here, I'm like, I need to talk to some of these iconic Latinos doing amazing things in their craft. And speaking of which, I have the honor of introducing a very, very special guest today. You know this guy because you see all the amazing haircuts that some of the MLB players have. Yeah, specifically on the Marlins. Shout out to Florida, all right? Well, this man is the one that's cutting their hair. All right? And we are here in his shop. So, LOLeros, please put your lighters up for Juice the Barber. What up?
Thank you. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure, Ms. Rachel.
It is so good to meet you in person.
Thank you. Same here.
You are iconic.
No,
You are
I don't
like,
know about that.
you're so humble. You gotta stop it.
No, maybe just at the house. That's it.
You out here cutting hair. You making relationships with these players, and it's not just the Marlins.
No, it's a whole lot of. It's not just professional sports. It's the community.
Yeah,
Is really what I base my work on.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
Do you love doing this?
I do. I still do. It's just something that I kind of grew up around. My mom was a beautician, so I spent a lot of time in the salons that my mom worked in, and so I kind of got the feel of it in the mornings with the colada, and you know what I'm saying? So it's cool, and then everybody talking about what happened yesterday.
The bochinche.
Exactly, la chismoseria, so all of that stuff. But
and nothing has changed.
It's just elevated. It's just it's just way different now than what it used to be. So now the bochinche ain't just between 2-3 people. Now it's on social media.
Totally.
Yeah.
And now the bochinche is about social media. ¿Tuviste lo que subió mi prima en Instagram? Ay, qué putería. Yeah, I'm in the salon, so I can hear, I know this very well. Especially in the Dominican salon in New York. Mm-hmm. What I think could only take 45 minutes actually takes 3 hours because there's bochinche breaks. You know what I mean? So is it like that in the barbershop? I don't go to the barbershop. But
No. I mean, listen, to defend the barbershop, I mean, it all depends on the shop itself.
Okay.
And then who's in the shop, and but I don't like to get that going like that, because I always tell my guys, listen, man, just hold all your comments when there's people here. When it's just us, we can talk. You know what I'm saying? It ain't chismoseria or bochinche. It's just talk. But when there's people around, then it becomes.
It's rules to the game.
Yeah.
Heads up game.
Well, it's the barber game. So it all around. So it's the barber game. It's just frowned upon. You know what I'm saying? In barbershops, that just to spread bochinche like that, like how you said. But we try not to.
That's good. I like that a lot. Because as women, we don't know what's going on in the barbershop. Is there a secret code? Are there pinball machines here that come out of the walls? Are there stripper poles that drop from the ceiling?
No, definitely not that. No, not that.
Yo, Juice, there is a lot of buzz about you. You see what I did there? Anybody buzz, Clippers buzz? You have, correct me if I'm wrong, but you are the only barber that has, or maybe the first barber to have a actual barbershop in a Major League Baseball stadium.
Yeah, from what I was told, I was the first, and that happened in 2012. So there's a couple now that I see, and I follow a couple guys that are in the league, also barbers, fellow barbers that are in the league, doing the same thing that I do, which is great. Just to think back. And then a lot of them reach out and they're like, yo, what I'm saying? You're the originator. I wouldn't be here.
Bow down.
You know what I'm saying? No, I won't bow down, but I'm a little more humble.
He's so humble.
No, I have to be. It's not my nature to be, to be out there like that. But and they reached out to me, and which is great to see, because it's a door that I was able to open. And it changed my life. I'm not going to lie to you. It completely changed my life. So to see that it's changing other barbers' lives.
Yeah.
So that's something good to see because
setting
there
a
is a place.
trend.
There is a place for us,
Yeah.
you know, in Major League Sports.
You're setting a trend. Like, that's incredible.
I don't know if it's a
Haven't-
trend though. I don't know if it's a trend. I just
No?
think it's something that was needed, and nobody knew how to kind of get in touch with it until it happened, and then blueprint was already laid down.
So how does it work? Like, the players just show up and then do they
Pretty
make
much.
appointments? Or?
Yeah, I mean, some guys do. Some guys will give me a heads up. You see what I did there, right?
Oh, I like it. I love it.
But yeah, some guys will give me a heads up, no pun intended, and they'll be like, "Hey, 2:00, you got anybody?" Or pencil me in, and so I try to hold spots for them. But if it's only open to players, obviously it's just for players only, and so pretty much first come, first serve.
So I want to talk about your past a little bit.
Okay.
And what led you here. From what we spoke a little offline, it wasn't always this.
No, it wasn't
This
always
clear
this at all.
cut.
No,
See what
it
I
wasn't.
did there?
We're gonna play this, huh?
Yes, we are.
We're gonna play this.
Yes, we are.
All right.
That is the game.
All right. So if I can cut through.
Oh,
what we-
snap.
No,
Ooh,
but
point juice. Okay.
honestly, my upbringing wasn't the best, but it wasn't terrible. Both my parents were home, loving parents. I had a good home. Lived in a rough neighborhood. My mom was a beautician, all her life. So sometimes I would have to go to work with her when there wasn't school or something like that. She didn't want to leave me at home because I used to get left at home, and I was bad. So
How bad?
I got in trouble.
What kind of trouble?
I had a little trouble as a kid, and then got a little bigger and worse as I got older.
Okay.
But yeah, in the beginning, I used to go with my mom a lot to the salon and stuff. So I spent some time in the salon, and then they had a couple barbers and they had this couple stylists. So I was always around that. And then it was early 80s, 83, 84, and I wanted to get, the low cut with the blonde tail in the back.
Oh
you know what
my
I'm saying?
gosh.
So, it was the old
That was
B-boy
a
days.
thing.
It was the B-boy days, you know what I'm saying? I know it came from New York. I know it. I acknowledge it. But Miami had their own little, we got it a little bit after y'all because I did hear about it from, friends that lived in the neighborhood. Their cousins would come from New York, and they would bring like VCR tapes and like, look. And I was like, what are they doing on the floor?
VHS for you kids
Yes,
out there. It was
yes.
like a box. The tape was
Yeah.
inside. You put it in a
Yeah.
machine and it would play the machine. And then there was Blockbuster Video. This is for all the millennials out there. You had to rewind the tape before you
Before you were kicking it back. Remember
or
that?
else you'd get charged.
You get charged for it.
Yeah.
I think it was like $2 or something.
VHS, look it up. Okay.
Yeah.
Continue.
But Moms wasn't trying to give me them haircuts, so she had clippers always laying around, like old clippers she wouldn't use, and I started messing around with them. And basically just started, I wanted to get those cuts, but my mom was like, no, el pelo tuyo malo. And,
snap.
and so she'd be there with the curling iron and the derri, and I was like, Mom, I don't want this shit, trying to make me look like Menudo. And I was like, I'm not with the Menudo shit.
Wow, súbete a mi moto con tu pelo roto.
I remember something like that, but I wasn't a Menudo fan, so. But that's what she wanted me to have, and I was like, nah, I ain't trying to do this. And then it was the Jerry curl, and then it was the teja, you know what I'm saying? For those that don't know, the shag, the mullet.
The mullet.
The mullet now, but
see a lot of that in
the
Florida, by the way.
Latinos we used to call it la teja.
Okay.
And the Morenos will call it the shag,
Okay.
and then the white boys will call it the mullet.
I'm still seeing a lot of mullets out here.
Well, I think they've all become mullets now. Yeah, I think they've all become mullets now. But so I started cutting my hair, started doing what I wanted to do on my hair, and then it wasn't always great and flashy, but I got it done. And then she would come in, she was like, "Where the fuck did you get your hair cut at?" And I was like, "I did it." She was like, "There ain't no way you did that." And then kept doing it, and then little by little, so I started snowballing. I started cutting my brother. I started cutting friends in the neighborhood, and then everybody's like, "Oh, you should charge." And I was like, well, "What do I charge?" And I was
You
like,
weren't getting paid for it?
No, not at all. I was 14, 15.
Wow.
So I started messing around, and then I tell them, "If you bring me a quart of beer or bring me a box of cigarettes," you know what I'm
The
saying?
barter system.
Yeah.
The barber barter.
Yeah,
Aight?
yeah. So that's how I started, and then little by little, just evolved. I got married, had my family, and we moved. We moved in to some like apartments in Hialeah for a little bit, and then bought our first home. Me and my wife bought our first home in Carroll City, and started cutting hair there in the utility room. Kind of made it into a little. I had the washer here, the dryer here. I had the products and all the stuff on the shelves, and I had a little 13-inch TV with a combo VCR, and I would record my MTV raps or my BET, you know what I'm saying?
106 in Park?
Well, 106 Park was after, but 106 Park we could watch because it was like 6 o'clock. So,
Okay.
but like in the mornings, it wasn't no, we didn't have no hip hop on TV like that.
No
so.
video music box out here?
Yeah, we have video music
Okay,
box. We have
okay.
video music box. But at that time, it was like you had to call it in and stuff like that.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, so I used to record them on VCR tape, so it wasn't nothing. So I record them and then I just play them in the shop all day.
Wow.
And that's how I got my break, cutting hair. And then, so stopped really getting in trouble and still hung out with the same cats, but wasn't, if that makes any sense, I was still hanging with them, but I wasn't hanging with them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they was hanging with me at the crib while I was cutting hair. And then they go off and go to the clubs, and then I'd stay home because I was married already, and I had my son, and I had probably my daughter coming already right after. So that's how it all started.
Would you say that cutting hair saved your life?
Oh, most definitely, 100%. Cutting hair and my family, yeah. Most definitely.
That's beautiful.
Most definitely. Got in some trouble early on, my adulthood, and faced a little jail time. And, well, I was facing some prison time, but thank God case was dismissed. So, by the grace of God, and here we are. Here we are today.
Wow, that's
So,
really incredible.
Yeah, God is good.
All the
glory to
time.
God. All glory to God.
All the
If
time.
it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here.
I think that is true, and true for all of us.
For all of us, 100%. 100%. And I think we need more of that. I think a lot of people more people need to acknowledge that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That it just ain't the way the planets are aligning. It's God, bro.
Yeah. It's a higher power.
Oh, for sure, 100%.
I have so
100%.
much to be thankful for. And
Same
I
here.
know I couldn't have possibly put all this in place.
Mm-hmm.
It's the universe, it's this higher
yeah,
being.
yeah.
This could get very spiritual in the barbershop right now, but
Yeah.
I'm going to reel it back in real quick because we only have a few more minutes before this shop actually opens,
Yeah, a little
and there's
bit.
already a line out the door. There's already people waiting.
Oh, yeah, there's some people outside waiting.
Yeah, this is so cool. By the way, this barbershop, Heads Up, is so impressive. There are so many chairs here. So how does this work? All these guys work for you? How do you become a barber at Heads Up?
Well, to become a barber, I mean, you have to have your schooling. You got to have it in you, first of all, because if you're doing this just for the money, this shit ain't going to work out for you. You got to have that in your heart. You know what I'm saying? That's how I really do feel about that way. But these guys pretty much, I rent out this whole space, and then I rent out each booth. And that's how it works.
And you got to be serious. You got to be about your business. Like,
Oh,
you
yeah,
can tell
yeah.
right away, right? If a barber's about the business or not.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've been cutting hair for 40 years, so I can
Wow.
spot. Just from the moment they sit the client down, I can already know if they know what they're doing.
Is it like, tell me about the experience from the consumer's point of view. Like, when I go to the salon, that's my me time. That's my mommy time. I'm in deep thought.
Yeah,
Yes,
it'd be
I'm
here,
listening
yeah.
to the bochicha around me, but I'm,
but you have
zen.
Yeah, but you have a good relationship with your stylist, and you
Yeah.
guys talk.
Yeah.
And it's the same way with us.
Yeah.
But we do it more often because our haircuts, you guys' hair takes hours.
Yeah.
So you're at a salon for hours. These guys come in here for 35, 40 minutes, 45
And they come in
minutes.
like every week, right?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, you have your select few that come weekly, but there's a lot of people. The average is bi-weekly.
Okay.
I mean, not bi-weekly, bi-monthly, you know what I'm saying? So
That's a lot of maintenance.
yeah, so, twice a month, men will come in.
So you're spending time with these guys.
Yeah, we definitely are. We don't, like I said, my clients are my clients, but it's a relationship that we build with them.
We were
Because
talking.
remember, we're marriage counselors, we're psychologists, we're a shoulder to lean on. You can vent with us. So when I tell you, I mean, we cut 15, 16 a day, and it's like, you got to remember all these conversations you're having with all these different people.
stories.
Yeah.
And I'm comfortable. I've never been in a barbershop chair before, and it is really comfortable. So I can imagine if I did the lean back real quick, how comfy and how much of a venting session I would want to have with my personal barber.
Yeah.
So most of these people that come here, you've got years, like relationships.
Yeah. We have,
friendships.
yes, definitely that. I mean, I'm cutting guys that I've been cutting since they were 13, 14, and now they got kids and even grandkids.
That's beautiful.
So we grow up with our clients, you know what I'm saying? We grow up, they become family.
So speaking of your clients, we were talking a little offline about some of these baseball players that at this point are also more than clients.
Oh, yeah.
They're friends. Sadly, we were talking about Jose Fernandez.
Yeah. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. I mean, I've said this before on this podcast. Like, I'm not a sports girl by definition, but what I'm really intrigued amazed and curious about are the stories behind the players, which I'm seeing. It's so much deeper than I thought.
Yeah, it's deeper than that. Yeah, it's deeper than, like, you know, like what we always say is deeper than rap. You know what I'm saying? So these guys are, you might think that he's got millionaires and this and that and all this, you know, what goes on with it, the fame and all that. But these guys are just normal human beings, and they're just playing the game that they played as a kid, which now they're getting paid for.
So he was in a terrible boating accident
Yes.
9 years ago,
Yes.
Jose Fernandez, but that was like your boy.
Yeah, that was like a little bro.
Yeah.
That was like little bro right there.
And we were talking a little offline. We don't have to get too much into it, but that's a really emotional thing. You know, you told me you went to the funeral, and right after the funeral, there was a media.
Yeah, there was media coverage here in front of the shop because they all knew, you know, how close me and Jose were.
Yeah.
And so they wanted to get some insight and stuff. I didn't really want to do anything, you know. I didn't want to disrespect the family or disrespect, you know, his name in any way. So I didn't really want to do anything. But after talking to a couple more close friends and family members, they were like, "Man, you good, Juice? Like, you know, he loved you, bro. Like, do you?"
Oh.
So yeah.
And how did you get started with the Marlins?
Wow. I had a close friend, Money Mark and CO. They're from Slip and Slide Records. Take it to the house. Yeah. So they was real cool with Gary Sheffield back in 1993, and he called me up and he was like, "Hey, can you cut somebody today for us?" And I was like, "Yeah, what's up?" He was like, "It's Gary Sheffield." I was like, "Well, who's that?" Because I really wasn't following baseball. So he told me, he was like, "No, he played for the Marlins now." And I was like, Marlins was a brand new team in Florida. So I was like, "Yeah, okay." So they brought him through and cut him up, hit it off with him, real cool dude, and came back a week later, 10 days later, did it again. And then he started bringing a couple other guys with him.
Wow.
You know, and then all that went on in '97 when the Marlins went to the World Series. I still wasn't in with the team itself, but I already had clients. I had Levon, I had Edgar Renteria, I had Cliff Floyd, you know, I had Gary Sheffield, I had a bunch of guys, Devon White. So through the years, I started building up clientele from the Marlins, but I still wasn't at the stadium. So in '98, a close friend of mine's dad, Al Torres, God rest his soul, passed away about 2 years ago. He called me. He was like, "Hey, I need you to come over here if you want to make some money." And I was like, "What's up?" He was like, "Vita Blue needs a haircut." And I was like, "Well, who the fuck is Vita Blue?" And unbeknownst to me, you know, he's a Hall of Famer now, I know, you know, but he's a Hall of Famer. And wound up cutting him. A couple guys, it was in the visiting side clubhouse. A couple other guys were like, "Yo, who you got after?" And I was like, started cutting them. And then when I was finished up, I was like, "Hey, I'm done. What do you guys want me to do?" And they're like, "Oh, we need to clean up." I said, No, I cleaned everything already." They're like, "You cleaned?" I was like, "Yeah, if I put the hair on the floor, I'm going to clean." I said, "It's part of my job."
Yeah.
And so he was like, "Oh, okay." He was like, "Shit." He was like, "Hey, look, some more guys want cuts tomorrow. Can you come?" I was like, "Yeah." On the way out, we're walking through, and I didn't know we were walking through the hallway where the Marlins were at, and right there was the same way we're sitting was Edgar Renteria and Levon Hernandez. And they were like, "Hey, what are you doing here?" And I was like, "Oh, they called me to come cut." He was like, "Well, come tomorrow for us." And then they were like, "Well, he's coming tomorrow." He was like, "When you get done, come over here." I was like, "All right." So that's how it became in 1998. They gave me my shot at the stadium, and here we are.
And now you have your own shop inside.
27 years later, yeah. 27 years later, 1998 to now, yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah, it is.
Do you have any advice?
Changed my life, I'll tell you that.
It sounds like it.
Changed my life.
It sounds like so much fun too.
Yeah, it's fun. It's definitely fun.
To feel the.
Sometimes you get a little starstruck. I never really got starstruck except for maybe once or twice.
With who?
Papi.
Big Papi.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he cut that out like that because he makes you feel like you at home. Like he makes you feel like you've known him for 25 years.
Aww.
He is A1.
That's
he is awesome. We filmed a show in here when he retired. I don't remember if you guys remember. They had a show they were doing on him called Big Papi Needs a Job.
Oh, okay.
So we got him to come over here and to cut hair, and then he didn't know, and I had my client. And it was a chick, and she gets a low cut, and then I was like, "Yo, you want to sit in?" And I didn't tell her who it was because she's a Yankee fan. So then when she came in, I told her, she was like, "You got me to come in here, and Papi gonna cut my hair?" She's like, "Well, you know I'm a Yankee fan." I was like, "Hey, listen, Amanda, like, we gonna do this or what?" She's like, "Fuck it, you might really gonna do it."
Yo.
So, we did it, and Papi was like, "Hey, this is not how you do it. This is how you do it." He's like, "Oh my God." So, but we fitted him with a Headz Up jacket and everything. And
Look at that.
Yeah, it was awesome. He's awesome. He's great. He's great.
Sounds like he's a good team player.
Yeah, he's great. He's awesome.
See what I did there? So what advice do you have for somebody out there who is an aspiring barber, who wants to like get a taste or some of the success that you've attained in this life?
Keep your heart in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the consistency is everything, and availability.
Yeah.
You always got to make yourself available. I'm not saying you got to be a slave to it, but you kind of have to be a little bit of a slave to it.
Yeah.
Because if they call you and you can't do it, guess what? They're going to call the next one.
Right.
So I never did this for the money. I did this for the opportunity. And I felt like I made the right choice because where it's gotten me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Bought a great home, sent my kids through school, we got our grandbabies, and I'm still doing, still doing it. I'm a little older now, got a lot more chrome in the
But this
in the
looks
face.
good. This
Thank
is
you,
looking
thank you,
real
thank you,
good. This
thank you.
salt and pepper thing you got going
There's
on.
more salt and pepper nowadays, but there's more salt and pepper. But hey, listen, you can't be OG without the chrome in the face.
Okay.
So
Preach.
So I accept it. I embrace it.
It looks great.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I feel like there's this unspoken pressure too. Like you gotta, like if you're gonna cut hair, your shit gotta be on point, no? Like,
Yeah, well, yeah. There's a stigma about that. Yeah,
Right?
yeah. Well, when clients walk in or something like that, it's just like women. You come in and you see a lady with fried hair, you're like,
She not touching my hair.
But
No.
little do you know that the lady that you going to might have been the one that did that to her.
That is very true too.
So
you never
can't.
know.
So yeah, you never know. So. I mean, listen, do your Google reviews, do your Yelp reviews, check them out, and then you'll see where we at,
Well, that's a good segue. We got to end this episode because the line is
Yeah,
definitely
we're getting some
out
people.
there. Juice, can you tell everybody, look, if you're in the 305, how they can find you, where's the shop located, and how they can follow you on social media?
Well, Headz Up Barber Shop, we've been here for 23 years now, and we're on it's simple to get here. So, you just Google Headz Up Barber Shop in Miami, Florida, Miami Gardens, and come in, man. We got 12 barbers that that can definitely handle anything you throw their way. And you can reach me and you can check me out. Follow me, man. I got YouTube. I got Instagram, Facebook, all of that. Juice Headz Up. So it's Juice and then Headz Up with a Z. Well, that's it, Rachel. It's been a pleasure, man. You guys are great. Thank you for making your way over here. Thank you for making your way over here.
Thank you.
I appreciate the love. Thank you for considering even putting me on the show. I really appreciate that. Just so I can tell my story. I appreciate that.
Your story is so great and inspiring.
I hope it, reaches, as long as it reaches at least one person, and they have that love for the barber game in their heart.
Yeah.
They're gonna be all right. And just give me a shout, bro, and then I can talk with you. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter.
It's been really fun, and just the combination, the fusion of baseball and the pride, this shop feels homey. It just feels so comfortable and cozy. Listen, dudes, come here and get your cuts if you're in Florida.
Please,
but
yes.
Look this man up. He's been featured in countless write-ups and shows. Let's support this man. Thank you
guys.
so much for watching this episode of Latinos Out Loud. As always, you can also follow me if you like at Rachel La Loca. That's Rachel La Loca. You can also follow the show at We Are Latinos Out Loud. Check out our website at wearelatinosOutloud.co. Do not go to .com. I told you an Asian company bought that website and it's in Mandarin. You probably won't understand it. And if you do, shout out to you. But go to wearelatinosOutloud.co. You could also give us a call. 978 Latinos is the number. Thank you, Eddie, behind the scenes. Thank you, MIA 305, for rolling out the red carpet. It's been so nice. We have a few more episodes to record today while we're in Miami. And on that note, we out.
It's the Latinos Out Loud podcast.